Welcome to Squirrel Dove Warcraft, episode 206. Flying cars. Where are they? What the hell? Enjoy the episode.
So, I have a game I'd like to play with everybody. So in this game, the way that it works is that I will look at James, and I will give the person on my right, and I will give James the title of a movie, fictional, and James provides the plot.
Oh, cool.
And he can do whatever he'd like. He can do actor, actress, he can do any bits of it that he'd like, as much or as little as he would like to reveal about the plot, with giving us an idea of what the movie's about.
Okay.
Okay? So, I'm going to say,
Is this the title? We're going?
I will give you the title,
okay.
yeah. That's what I'm gearing up for at the moment. Paper Cuts.
Paper Cuts?
Paper Cuts is the title of the movie.
Paper Cuts.
Yeah.
This is an indie film, and it takes place at a paper factory, not a paper distribution center, it's literally like the very industrial big machines, like turning wood into paper, and it's not the traditional like this guy's in a factory, he doesn't want to be there. This guy loves it. This factory runs like clockwork, and he is so happy. He loves paper, and it's like he's classical. He's a calligraphist. He likes writing, and he has all these he's really in. It's Paul Giamatti plays this guy, and he's a real people person too. Like, he's prominent in his community, and he's really got his life set up, and so, like, honestly, I think the first 20 minutes you're just seeing like everything is going great for this guy, and it's set in the 80s, and he's white, but he's in a foreign country. He doesn't speak the language. He's not a native, so he's kind of an outsider, but he's connected because this is where all the paper is made. But then kind of through the crowd, he kind of there's a new store or something, and there's light coming out of it, and he kind of gets these glimpses, and it's in the 80s, and it's like right at the technological change, and the idea of paper isn't going to be important anymore. It's going to be information technology in the sky. That's how we'll record data now. That's what's important, and so he's kind of at this place of, do I stick with creating my paper, or do I embrace this new technology? And I think that I don't know how it goes, but I think at the end you're not sure how it goes either, because I think it's really his struggle, and the end is kind of you're left with Paul Giamatti just looking up from a paper or something. Like he's going to decide what he's going to do, and you have to put it together. Cecily, yours is called Rise of Candle Wax.
Rise of Candle Wax. Okay. So this is the first of a trilogy.
Sorry, I'm going to be quiet.
I'm not sure why that's so funny.
It is. It just is.
So it's the first of a trilogy, and it's in this universe where people and inanimate objects are equal. Like, you could have a teapot that is just a person, but it's also a teapot, and there's this stubby little candle, and he finds out that he's part of this big old prophecy that's supposed to change the world, because it's a very unfair monarchy, but for this whole realm, and by realm I mean dimension. And so this little stubby candle is learning from this wizard that shows up in the middle of the night one night that's like, hey, you're magic and you're supposed to do all this stuff. And so the first movie is about him coming to terms with that fact and being like, but I'm just a stubby candle. What can I ever do? And that's the first installment.
I love it.
Rise of Candle Wax.
Candle Wax was a jam band I was in high school. Because we thought it sounded dumb but hardcore.
Yeah, man.
It's kind of kinky too.
And just in case you wanted to know, the next sequel is called Trimming the Wick.
What's the third one?
Afterburn.
Oh, nice.
Afterburn.
Afterburn.
So Nathan, the movie that you're going to describe for us is The Stardust Among Us.
Okay, got it. The Stardust Among Us is a film that is set in 2057, so not the too far distant future. NASA found a star that had blown up, and it's hurling all kinds of radiation towards Earth. Unfortunately, NASA wasn't able to detect this soon enough, so all of these rays and cosmic harmfulness are starting to kill people. They're getting all kinds of diseases and dying. And NASA holds a press release that's essentially thinking, well, we can't scare the public any more than what they're already seeing in their communities. So they just come out and say, we're sorry, we take full responsibility for not detecting this and coming up with any kind of solution. Unfortunately, we're all going to die because of the stardust that is now among us. Everyone dies.
Wow.
It's the first movie of its kind where no one makes it out, and it has a very, very bleak ending. Not critically acclaimed. No awards won. Caleb, your movie is A Fence Too Tall.
A fence too tall.
And that can either be a fence as in offended or an actual fence.
What about a fence like someone that you can sell stolen goods to?
Fence?
Yeah, it's like if you steal a painting or something, you need somebody who can be the fence between you and the actual buyer.
No, it's not that.
Okay. Well,
Not that I know anything about that.
a fence too tall.
Wild guess.
So, Fence Too Tall is a children's animated movie, and it's claymation. And basically, what it's about is bugs that live in like a suburban neighborhood, and it's about what they're doing to like they're trying to take over basically the neighborhood. So there's like a worm, and there's like an assassin bug, which is like a type of weevil. There's like a few different weevil characters, and there's like a mayfly who like dies really soon just because they have short lifespans. And it's kind of like a dark comedy children's movie that's like, it was like translated from Ukrainian or something, like it's from some other place where like they just sort of like treat children a little differently, and they like assume that they can handle more mature topics. So it's just like, it's kind of like this weird adultish kids movie with these claymation bugs that are like trying to get into this suburban house, and they all have like really realistic human problems. Like one of them has like depression and anxiety, and then the mayfly just like dies, which is intense and deals with like certain adult themes. But it ends up being that like the fence at first seems too tall, right? But then they start thinking about what's the next step, which would be taking over government. So it's like, the fence between suburbia and the government, the metaphorical fence. It's a great movie. A lot of famous Ukrainian stars. Billy's movie is called Twist Me Till I Talk.
Twist Me Till I Talk. It's it's a coming-of-age tale about an autistic boy and his caretaker. He's gone through a lot of caretakers because nobody can deal. But his new caretaker, Jennifer Lawrence, finds him charming and sees that she can work with him. And she discovers this one day after becoming exasperated with not being able to get through to him, she discovers that if she puts him on the that spinny thing in the children's playground, where if you spin it, the kid gets all dizzy and.
Is that called a merry-go-round?
I don't know.
Roundabout?
I don't think it's a merry-go-round, but.
Ferris wheel? It's not a Ferris wheel.
Well, I'm not sure what it's called, but doing that, putting him on that, and like having him experience that really opens him up, and he hadn't had that before, so he really opens up to her. And then it's the story of how he has these undiscovered talents that she discovers as they go along, and it's like a modern day Forrest Gump. Twist me to talk.
Twist me till I talk.
Whatever.